All right. Again, it is No Gear Get Up with your boy Coach Germ, and we are here on a rainy, gloomy, wet day. I'm trying to find a window to look out of, but it looks pretty crazy outside. So I hope you're staying dry, and I hope you're inside, and hope you can get some movement going in the morning, which is exactly what we're going to be doing. We're going to focus on our upper body today. So let's go ahead and take it to the ground. All right. So we're going to go down on both knees. And from here, let's just find a child's pose. So knees a little bit wider, feet together, almost like a V shape. From there, we're just going to go ahead and start to slowly reach our hands out. And then go ahead and drop your head in between those arms. And just try and lengthen the back here. It's okay if you can't get all the way down for a couple reasons, but mainly one of them is because you just woke up maybe, or it's your first movement of the day. But maybe your body just doesn't have the capacity at this point, and that's fine. I'm going to readjust here just so that we can take it a little bit deeper. That's all it is. And once you're there, I want you to start to think about the position of your hands. All right, so stay where you are. And I want you to think about those arms being straight, but more importantly, thumbs up. That's going to rotate the hands so that they're in a more efficient overhead position. Just take a few breaths. Now, if you can, just start to rotate your upper body a little bit. You're not moving very far, okay? But you're just going to go ahead and take it, again, side to side. You can get your eyes on me. I'll show you what that looks like. I'm going to move side to side, rotating around an axis, right? The axis of my spine. You can also shift left and right. It's more of like a side bend now. And if we just get a few reps of that, just come out of it. I just wanted to get that whole posterior system, specifically the lats, shoulder blades, shoulders themselves. Now we're going to take it to a little bit of activity. So let's go into a quadruped position. That's our 4-point position here. And again, if you need to, you can go fists as your wrists. Hello, Nala. Welcome, welcome. She just had breakfast, so she's going to hang out with us. But toes down, knees underneath your hips, and then hands underneath chest and shoulders. You have yourself in a quadruped position. From here, let's just go ahead and push our chest away. And what that's going to do is slowly round out the back at the very top or the back side of it, what we like to call scapular protraction. And then drop the chest towards the ground and let the shoulder blades come together into scapular retraction. Scap push-ups are what we like to call these, scapular push-ups. So again, just take your time, making sure you're just focusing on just the shoulder blades themselves. Perfect. Trying to disassociate this part of the body from the rest. And then let's go ahead and take it to elevation and depression. So now I'm going to bring my shoulder blades to my ears and then pull them away from the ears towards my back pocket. To the ears and away from the ears towards the hips. Just a few reps here. Perfect. Now let's rest out of that quad position because the arms might be getting a little tired. And let's go ahead and take it into a half kneeling position. So I want toe down of the same side that knee is down. I'm going to go right knee down, right toes down. We're going to go into a half kneeling with our other foot forward. So this is what we call a half kneeling position. And we're going to open up the right side upper body. So this half kneeling position is a great place to work on a couple of things. But one would just be a little bit of asymmetry in the body. And when you're here in this half kneeling position, squeeze the butt, make sure you're upright. We're going to take right hand since the right knee is down. I'm going to keep my left hand somewhere on my body just to hold on tight. And we're just going to start with some shoulder cars, single arm. So palm up, arm extended. We're going all the way up into shoulder flexion, ending up at the ear. Perfect. And once you're here, hold, keep the arm straight, reach as far as you can through the fingertips, and start to rotate the palm away from the body. Perfect. Now, once you've run out of rotation, the palm might be facing outside. It's great. That's what we want. Continue that rotation as you bring the arm into a massive circle. So what we're focusing on is not just rotating the arm itself, but bringing it into full range of motion as far as it can at the ball and socket joint of the shoulder. Good. You'll end up down by the hips. Notice I've rotated so much at the hand that it's facing away still. Now let's reset the body. Get some tension, right? Feel it. Pull the arm back as far as you can. It's a shoulder extension. Now we rotate again, opposite. And then we just open up. And keep rotating back to where we started. So go one way, come back the other. That's all we got to do. So again, trying not to think of remembering one massive sequence. All you got to do is reverse the order. So let's start again. Half kneeling position, right side, then we'll switch. Take a big breath, lock in that belly, palm up, fingers spread, big reach with the arm, slowly going from the front of the body to the top, shoulder flexion, big rotation of the hand. Take your time, go slow. Big arm circle, going back. Bring it all the way to the hip. Palm is now facing outside the body. Pull the arm into extension. Take a breath. Make sure you're tight everywhere else. Rotate the hand all the way around town. Back to where we started, same path. Awesome. Shake that out. Let's go and take it into our half kneeling position, left knee, and let's go shoulder car on that side. So let's take that step forward. Again, foot and knee should be hip width so that you can keep some balance here. Squeeze that left glute as best as you can. And then once you're there, let's go and find some tension, right? Create a lot of irradiation of tension, as we like to call it. And let's go ahead and straighten that arm. Palm up. Bring it all the way to the top. Big rotation at the top with the hand. Big rotation at the shoulder as you continue to rotate at the hand. End up right by the hip. And also take note, speed. Very important that we don't go too fast, because that way we can feel out the range of motion that we're trying to search for. Coming back around, rotating the hand as we get back up, and then palm is eventually up again to where we started. All right, so let's go one more repetition here. Reset, find some tightness. Let's go again, palm up. Good, rotate at the top. Try not to overextend at the spine. Keep the core locked in, belly button tight. Big rotation. Palm up, palm up, palm up. Good, palm away from the body. Extend the shoulder, pull the arm back, start the rotation at the hand, and bring it around town. Woo! Yes. It's been a while since I've done these, so I'm feeling it. Tight, tight, tight. Good, shake it out. Get some water. We need it. Wow. All right, so we're going to go back to the positions that we started with, which will be that child's pose that we saw. And we're going to see how it feels now. Gotta feel better. Guaranteed. We've been moving. Water's flowing. We are hydrating. And again, the tissue's got to be a little bit more pliable at this point. So let's test them out. Let's see what it's like. So we're going to come down, back to our child's pose. Again, you don't have to sit all the way down if you can't. That's fine. And let's just go ahead and slowly start to reach out. And then if you want to start with that thumbs up position with the fists, you're more than welcome to. But again, just coming down.
Much easier to get to the bottom of this position. Much easier to hold this. Now let's go ahead and take right arm and let's just move it around. You're going to try and sweep the ground with that arm and eventually end up behind the back. Take a breath, reset, go slow. Notice that rotation. We just did that in our shoulder car in that half kneeling position. We can do it again. Now we're in this bent over flex spine position. Sweep the ground with the left arm and then slowly try and lift it off the ground, rotate, put it behind the back. Yes, team, love that. Let's do it again. Ease, getting better. One more on each side. Right arm sweep. Elevate. Rotate. Bend at the elbow. Get some shoulder internal rotation. Good. Back down. Last one on the other side. Sweep. Keep the anchor point of the other arm down. Run in room. Elevate. Rotate. Bend at the elbow. Yes. Shoulder internally rotated position. Arm off, down, and move.
All right, so we got a lot of really good shoulder mobility in the past 10 minutes or so. Well, let's go ahead and start to work on that shoulder mobility. So remember, when you think about improving flexibility, improving mobility, sometimes it takes layers of effect, right? So think of some of the things that we can do to improve them, right? Let's go into our buckets. Foam rolling or some kind of self-myofascial release, right? Massage guns, similar to stuff. You can do mobility work, right? When you're doing dynamic end ranges like we just did. Or you can do some static stretching. And that's what we're gonna get to now, right? Now, instead of doing one or the other, do a little bit of all in one area. And you'll notice that maybe layering those different techniques might be able to help you, right? One is, it's a more relaxed position, right? Maybe you're doing a little massage gun, okay? Easy to do. But then you have to be active with it. So start to turn on the muscles on your own. And then lastly, find a position where you lengthen them and just let them sit in that lengthened position for a while, which is where we're going with that static stretch. So let's go ahead and come down. I believe we've done this one before. No shame in doing it again, but if you can find an edge that you can support with your feet, go ahead and get close to that. I'm gonna use my couch, my ottoman here, and I'm just gonna come down close. Great position, by the way, before we even get to a stretch, to just be in and relax in, especially if you have lower back pain. Why? Your feet are being elevated, which will take out some of that lumbar extension that we put ourselves in from possibly standing and not fixing our posture. Hands up. You're going to go ahead and take one arm after you elevate the hips, and we're going to tuck it underneath our body. Then we'll take the other one, but I do want to show you the position. You can stack them. I would tell you not to stack your arms once they're underneath your back. Just go one in front of the other, which might lead to a little less shoulder internal rotation on one of the shoulders. That's fine, right? So for me, I have a tight right shoulder. I'll let that one be underneath with less of the shoulder internal rotation. So let's go and lift the hips, take the right arm, sneak it underneath. Find a good position. I'm trying to reach across. Then I'll take the other arm and I'll just stack it right next to it. Reach, reach, reach. Slowly start to drop the hips on top, and then slowly start to nestle in. What I like to call just a shoulder stretch. Just a nice, easy shoulder stretch. To be exact, we are in a position of shoulder internal rotation, which is probably, I'd say, one of the harder places to identify if you're lacking range of motion, because most of us don't work on it. And two, we almost all need some love in shoulder internal rotation. So once you're here, just breathe. You can close your eyes. Excuse me. And the focus for me is trying to feel that lengthening of that tissue, the joints in a different position than where they normally are, and just being able to relax and shut it off. Being mindful of my shoulders in the position, if they're close to the ground, if not touching, should be touching. You can always use a little assistance. Two-person stretch here where somebody were to press your shoulders into the ground lightly. You can move the head around in this position just to know you have a little bit of mobility to work on in some other places. And if you need to reposition, again, you can feel free to elevate the hips, come out of it. From here, again, I'm just pressing the shoulders down lightly. Breathing as big as I can, just living in the moment, team. Perfect. All right, let's go ahead and come out of this after two big breaths together. So inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth on three. 1, 2, 3. Big inhale. Slow exhale. Good. Take a few regular breaths here. Perfect. Last big breath. Here we go. Inhale. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. Exhale slow. Awesome. Stay with me. We're slowly going to elevate the hips slowly. one piece at a time. Once you alleviate some of that pressure, you slowly, keyword slowly, take your hands out from your back and just bring them to your side. You might feel a little tightness in the shoulders, which is why we start to reintroduce movement. So bend at the elbow, straighten the arm slowly, bring it into a little overhead position. There's no right or wrong. Move it however you want. Just do it slow. Take your time. There's that overhead position. Let's bring it back to where we started. Elbows out wide. Maybe a little bit of shoulder, actual internal rotation. You see the movement now, right? Internal, external. There we go. Woo! Feeling tight. A little less tight than when we started this. Drop the hands down. Bring it back. Now let's go ahead and roll to our side here. Coming out of this relaxed position, just be careful. And then slowly rolling up and getting up any which way possible. All right, my friends. Well, thank you so much. Happy Thursday. Please stay dry. Please stay safe. Not going to lie, I thought the storm was a little light yesterday, and then I take a look outside this morning, and it's looking pretty crazy. So let us know if you need anything. Again, we're always going to be there for you at Samsung. And enjoy your first week of the new year. It was a great one, and we will get back to our regular schedule starting next week. On Monday, we have our metabolic class online at 5:30. If you have any questions, let us know. But that's it from me. Have a great one. See you guys next week. Later, y'all.